Doing well. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure I actually go live on Instagram because I keep not doing that. Press go live. Go live. Go live. Huh. Well, not working. Oh well. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. But that's okay. Anyway, nice to see you guys. I hope everyone's doing okay. Hope y'all are having a good day. This is my little this came in one of my stockings one year, and then Sasha bit off the ends of it. Also, excuse the dim lighting. I'm just kind of experimenting with different lighting styles, but let me pull up, make sure that I have an eye on the chat. Yes, I do. I believe. Open up, open up. Yes, I do. I do have an eye on the chat. Yay! Okay, lovely to see you guys. I hope everyone's doing good. Let me add my Gemini necklace to this. I'm so glad that it's Friday. Can I just say? I hope y'all are happy that it's Friday as well. Sasha is really tired. He's resting right here. That's my dog for any newcomers. Also, if you see something in my mouth, it's my cough drop. My throat has been hurting really bad, and I'm like a little worried I'm getting sick with something, which would suck because me and my sister have plans this weekend, and I really hope that we will be able to do them. Our plans, I mean. Okay, let me find this other hoodie too, guys. Market Live hoodie. Why isn't it popping up? I don't know. Okay. Well, I hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you're having a great day. And let's get started. We're just going to take it easy. I'm just so glad it's Friday. I'm just like over the moon that it's Friday. So we're just going to hang out while I put on a tiny bit of maybe a little eyeshadow today. This is my Doll 10 palette, by the way. I better find that. Doll 10 palette. We're just hanging out together, you guys. No biggie. All my streams are very chill and low key, so like never feel like it's just no pressure, you know, just like zero pressure. Okay, there's that one. Look at all these gorgeous colors in here. I think they're so nice. I hope everyone is having the best of days. I know I keep saying that, but I feel like today I'm just so grateful that it's Friday, and it's been a long week for me. I don't know if anyone else feels the same. Yeah, I see some of those emojis. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long week. Been a little rough emotionally for me this week. I don't know if anyone feels the same. I hope you don't. I hope it's been just easy going for you. But as I keep saying on these streams, whenever it's been a rough week, I like to just take some time and do some self-care, or like, you know, do some makeup, like just have a nice time, you know. I think that's like, you gotta look after yourself. Hi, Azad Beck. Hello, nice to see you. Hi, Playboy. Hi, Plays. Hi, Playboy Plays. I don't know why I said that like it was a separate name, but yes, you can get a kiss. There you go. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. We're just hanging out and doing some self-care because it has been a week. So I'm just gonna apply some eyeshadow while I chat with you guys. Hope y'all are doing good. Anybody have any fun plans this weekend? I'm just literally gonna be playing video games. Like, that's it. That's my plan. I'm using this like really light shade, by the way, which I'm sure has a name, but I don't know it. And then I'm just gonna apply it right here. Just putting on a little layer here. I'm still new at the eyeshadow game. Oh my gosh, Joe, that's messed up. Why are you doing that? How about you? I'm gonna be playing video games pretty much. Not any activities like what you're doing, I'm afraid. Don't have anything fun going on. But we'll see, you know. I hope that next week is a little better. It's just been a little rough. I've been thinking about life, the universe, and everything. You ever get like that? You just like get kind of in a crisis mode or whatever. That's what's been going on for me. I'm like, am I doing what I want to be doing in life? Like, what do I need to change directions? You know, stuff like that I've been looking at. So, you know, who knows? Oh, Sasha, don't eat that. He wants to eat my makeup eraser. Now I'm going to go in with the sparkly shade and just put a little bit on the center of my eye. I love doing that. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So I'm still like really new with eyeshadow. This is all like very fresh for me. And you should never follow what I do because I am no expert. I just find it fun. I like to just like mess around with makeup. Sasha is trying to tear apart some of my products and I wish he would not. Sasha, lay down, honey. Lay down, hon. Do you want to say hi to the people? Oh no, he doesn't want to. That's okay. All right. So now we've got like that layer of some sparkle on here. Now I'm just gonna play around a little bit. What do you guys think? Should I go in with one of these darker shades? Not sure what I'm gonna do. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think I might play with. I'm gonna try and get brave. I'm gonna use one of these ones. This one right here, which for me that's crazy because I never play with shades. I'm just gonna put a little bit at the edge of my eye. Just playing, just messing around. There we go. Just putting a little extra on my finger. Yeah, it's been like a rough week for me and it felt really long too. So I'm just really glad it's finally Friday. Like, can you send shout out to Arcade Adventure? I don't know what that is. But let me know. Yeah, if y'all are hip with YouTube, I'm not hip with YouTube, so I won't know what you're talking about, but feel free to let me know and we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this light shade into the corner of my eye right here. That's my plan. Just that light shade, just like that. I can shout you out though. Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Hey, Arcade Adventure, how you doing? Nice to see you. Is that what you want? Let me know. Post and Muthoni. Let me know. Yeah, I'm just like so glad it's Friday. And I'm gonna like, I'm just like in that mode where I'm yeah, no problem, of course. I'm just like in that mode where I'm feeling like a little sick too. That's why I had that cough drop. So I think I'm just gonna really take it easy this weekend. Maybe stay inside, play some video games, you know. Sasha, he's trying to mess up the stream. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take it really easy. You know, when sometimes just things just like get to you. And you know, I'm a person of many hopes and dreams. I have a lot of lofty goals in my life. So it's like sometimes you just like run into that thought process where you're like, am I doing what I need to be doing to take me where I want to go? You know, that's how I was feeling. I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is a little thing, but I always had a dream of like, I don't know, drawing a comic. But do I draw on the average day today? No, I don't. So I should probably do that, you know? Like, I know that sounds so silly, but like that's what's going on in my head these days. I'm just like thinking about stuff like that, you know? Or like I've always wanted to write a book. So now I'm trying to write my book. One of many, hopefully one day. We'll see. I'm going on in with a darker shade. Do we got any writers in the chat? If so, let me know your process. Like, how do you start your stories? Where do you begin? Do you plan everything? Do you just explore? I hear there's like a lot of different approaches. I think I'm more of an explorer, but lately I've been just trying to plan everything, and I think it's kind of getting in my way. I think I need to like not be that way. We'll see. But yeah, I want to write. I want to write some silly romance books. That's what I want to do. I think that would be really, really fun. So I might do that one day. And then I want to maybe draw some silly romance comics. And I know that might sound really nerdy to some of you, but that's what I like to do. And I've not really practiced or done any of that. So it's like, I got to get drawing, you know? I got to like get doing that. I thought about making like a TikTok where I do art. So maybe I should do that. Just kind of get some practice in. It's been a while, you know? I love to draw, but I don't do it every day. Like I don't dedicate myself to that activity like I should if I'm like actually trying to like move toward that goal. You ever think about that stuff? I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like that age or something where, I don't know, you're just like thinking about your goals or whatever. Okay. I'm just going in with that light shade with this one right here. I'm just putting it under the point of my eye. I don't know. Or my eyebrow right here. I don't know. I'm just playing. I'm just messing around. But yeah, I don't know. What kind of goals do y'all have? Do you have anything that you're trying to aim for? I used to want to be a nurse. Did you know that? I used to want to be a nurse, and that was my goal maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And then completely changed my goal. Fell into like uncertainty, didn't know what I wanted. And that's kind of where I'm at now, is I'm still like, you know, I just have so many things that like theoretically I would like to do. And sometimes they seem so varied and different that it's like, how am I going to have time for all of that? You know, like, how am I going to write a book? How am I going to, you know, like, there's just a lot to do. So I don't know. And I also like going live. There's that. I don't know. I want to make a difference in the world. How am I going to do that? You know, like not to get too dramatic, but like, I don't know. I think about that stuff. Okay, I'm going to try some of these darker shades here in the middle. Sasha, that's not safe. Hey, drop it. Drop it. Good boy. You want to see what he had? He had my little dermaplaner, but that's a blade. Luckily, it has a little cap on it, but like, not okay for him to have that. Good boy. Lay down, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go in with one of these darker shades in the middle. I'm not brave enough to go for the like really dark ones yet. So I'm going to try this one right here. I'm always holding my hand in such an awkward position. Okay, so let's try that. And I'm going to try going in my crease. Oh my God, that was so dark. Oh my gosh, that's so dark. That's so dark. I've never gone this dark ever. Guys, I don't know about eyeshadow. This was a mistake. Okay, well, I'm just going to work with it or something. We'll see. I look ridiculous. That's so silly. Okay, we're gonna try and make it work. Sasha, I don't want you chewing this stuff, honey. Just trying to chew all the stuff that I'm trying to show off for you guys. That's very silly. Go to bed. Lay down, okay? We're really working to. Sasha, my dog, is a pandemic baby. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that word. C19 baby. A Rona baby. So he's used to having access to me like 24/7, right? He just constantly has my attention basically, you know, because I worked from home during Rona, and I still do. So he is not used to being without me. And as such, I kind of didn't really train him much at all, except for to potty train him. So I did that, but he needs to be trained. So I've been starting to work on that, and it is a slow going process, but he's doing pretty good. But that's what we're working on right now. So anyway, it's a bit of a process. But yeah, okay. I don't like how this looks, but we're gonna try and work with it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm just gonna commit to it. I'm gonna go with this dark shade too. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like trying stuff. I'm gonna put it right here on the corner of my eye. I'm realizing whenever I turn my mirror around, y'all are seeing my messy desk, so that's fun. Don't judge me. Okay, I'm gonna do that on the other side. I'm just trying stuff. I'm just playing. I should really follow a tutorial because, like, I don't know crap about doing makeup. So don't follow. This is not a do this with me. This is a hangout sesh. Like, don't do what I'm doing per se. I just think it's fun. I'm just messing. I'm just playing around, you know? I wish I still had my kabuki brush. My kabuki brush broke. I need to get another one, but I just haven't done it yet. You can see makeup isn't a huge priority for me, which is why it's nice when I find something that works really well that I don't have to think a lot about. There we go. Okay. Still a little harsher than I would like. I'm going in with this color now. gonna go right in between, kind of make the crease a little less dramatic, or I'm gonna try to see if that works. I think I made it worse. Yeah, I think I made it worse. I made it worse and then I did it in the wrong area. It's okay. It's a process. It's a process. These shades are very pretty though. Yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade and I'm just gonna try that along the top here. Try to fix my mistake. We'll see if it works though. Sasha, come down from there. He is such a little something today. He, poor thing, he's actually really overtired. He hasn't slept at all this morning. Usually he sleeps like, you know, hours in the morning, but he has not been able to, and it's already pretty late my time. It's almost afternoon, so it's like, yeah, poor boy. I'm sure he's just really, really tired. Sasha, come here. Oh, I think he went in front of the camera. You want to say hello? Okay, you don't get to do that. You gotta go down, okay? Sorry, you guys, he's really hijacking the stream. I love my little boy though. But yeah, we're working on training him, and it's like a process, you know, as I'm sure is, if there are any dog owners in the chat, I'm sure you guys know that, like, you know, training it's a process. And unfortunately, you know, I didn't grow up around animals. And I never, anyway, basically it's new for me too, training a dog. So it's a lot. It's kind of exciting though, you know? And he gets really proud of himself when he does a good job. It's very, very sweet. Don't you, honey? He does. Oh, he has something else. What do you have? What do you have? Oh, you can play with that. You're fine. Good boy. Okay. Let's see what we think of that. I feel like it makes my eyes look even deeper set, which, you know, if that's the look I'm aiming for, then that's fine. But I don't know what I think of it, if I'm honest. Huh. Well, this is interesting. This is kind of fun to play with. Okay, I'm gonna put a little more of the sparkle in the corner of my eye. There we go. But yeah, I just have a lot of goals, and it's just fun to think about in some ways, like, you know, because I think in some ways I feel more empowered now. I feel like more like I've reached a point where I could start moving forward on some of those goals I have, like start writing a book, you know, for crying out loud, you know, or something like that. Or I don't know. Me and my sister have always dreamed of like writing a certain kind of children's book or something, you know, and we could do that. Like we could, you know. So it's just like, you know, what am I doing to move me toward those goals? And the answer is not a lot, which is why it's a little overwhelming in some ways, because it's like, oh, I want to move toward those goals. How do I make that happen, you know? But I will make it happen. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of the sparkle on over the top here. Just think that's a fun look. There you go. You see that as compared to the other one? I'm definitely a fan of very subtle makeup, so I'm sure you'll notice that. I don't usually go overboard at all. I mean, for crying out loud, I don't usually use eyeshadow. That's why this is all new to me. So, you know, anyway. But yeah, so maybe it's like I need to start drawing every day. I need to start writing every day. But then how do you fit that in with all your, you know, responsibilities? Stuff like that. That's what I think about. But a lot of my goals are creative based. So then it's like, okay, you know, maybe I just need to take some time to be creative, you know, to like, I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. I think about that sometimes. Who knows? Anyway. But yeah, okay. Let's see. I like the look. I like the look. It does make my eyes look deeper set, which is okay. I guess that's just what we're doing today. Because I don't know. Well, I could use my makeup eraser on it if I really hate it. I don't hate it. I just like I said, this is all an experiment to me. I'm not familiar with doing makeup. This is like all very new. I'm not sure. I feel like this is a little bright though. That's up, right? Should I turn that down? Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Okay. Oh my gosh, my eyes look really blue. Oh, Sasha, you want me to throw that for you? Oh, took off. Oh, sorry, I keep getting alerts on my phone. Just streaming from my phone here. Do I want to keep it or not? What do you guys think? I think I'll keep it for now. I think I will. So I'm going to go in with my Chella heated eyelash curler, which is like my favorite thing. Here it is. Let me pull it up for you. If you're on Market, you'll see that. But it is this one right here. So nice. It's just electronic. Super easy to use. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he's chewing a lot. No, I can't play with you right now. So I'm just going to turn this on to heat setting 1. Oops. Let's see. There you go. Heat setting 1. You can just change it by hitting the power button. But I always use heat setting 1, and it heats up really fast. So we shouldn't have an issue there. Oh, I'm going to need my mirror, though. Here, Sash, do you want some? Hold on, let me grab some little treats right here. Let me get you a couple treats right here, and I'll hide them for you. Does that sound okay? Does that sound good? I'll put them in the blanket. You gotta find them, see if you can get to them. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? I heard somewhere that that's like a pretty good method, so I'm gonna try that for him. He's been a little, he's been a little spoiled today. When I have to go live, it's like, yeah, I gotta go live somehow. Okay. See, it's already warm, and I turned it on like 2 seconds ago. And by warm, I mean like it's pretty hot. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna go in with the small end first. Kind of like some people do with mascara. I'm just gonna kind of start at the bottom. Act like I'm packing it in like I would with mascara. Does anyone else think mascara is mascara? Do I say it? How do you say it? Mascara. Mascara. Why did I say mascara? It's a weird word. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a weird word. Maybe because it makes me think of mascara, scar, like a scar. I don't know. Mascara is a weird word to me. I don't know. I feel weird when I say it. I don't know. It's a weird word. Love mascara though. Am I pronouncing it differently each time? I might be. Oh gosh. Call me out, guys. Okay. We're just gonna go in with this. Just take it easy, relax. There is something so nice about just like, I'm so serious. Doing this, it actually makes me feel like I'm like doing some self-care for myself. And maybe it's because it's hot. You know, I just like feel like I'm like, this is so relaxing. What a spa day, even though it's like not, you know. I don't know. That's how I feel. Sasha, Okay. So this is just gonna curl my lashes with heat. That's what this is, in case I didn't clarify. And I think it's very wonderful. I think I've mentioned this before, but my eyelashes actually used to be straight, just like genetically. And ever since I curled them one time with this, they aren't anymore. Now they're curly, which is really nice. So I don't know if anyone else has straight lashes, but you could try it and see if it permanently kind of switches them, you know? It's like it altered it. I don't know. Yeah, I can't guarantee that that would happen for you, but it did happen for me. And it's really nice. I should ask my friend how she uses her lash curler, because I just kind of like BS it, like I do with everything. There you go. But yeah, just thinking a lot about goals and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been an overwhelming week. I feel like I said that like earlier this week too. Yeah, it's just been, there's just been a lot of stuff going on. Felt a lot of emotions, and that is not my favorite. So I'm just going to take some self-care and make sure that I'm not getting sick. So I'm going to try and like, take some vitamin C, drink some tea, make sure that I don't actually end up sick. Because I loathe being sick, which is not surprising. But like, especially like for work, even working from home, one of my coworkers said that like sometimes that's the annoying thing about working from home is that it's easy to go to work even if you're sick, and that's true. But which isn't good, like she says, in a lot of ways, because it's like sometimes you should go rest, but you just feel like you can just go to work because all you have to do is pop open your computer, you know? And that is true. I do feel that. But the thing is that I sometimes will get like very anxious. This is not a healthy thing, but sometimes I will get very anxious, or I will feel, I don't know, less productive or whatever if I don't go to work. So sometimes I feel like even if I'm able to stop in for like, you know, an hour or two, when I am sick, I feel like that's better for me. Just because I get so anxious being away from it. I don't know. Isn't that funny? That's not healthy. I don't recommend that. See, that's another thing I'm working on. I'm just working on stuff. Okay, why does it feels like this one always curls better than this one? So I feel like my technique is like weird. Maybe I should try reversing it. Which way did I usually do it? Did I do it? Let's try it this way. I'm gonna try, I don't know, I'm just gonna try plain. And it's not hot enough that it would like burn me or hurt, you know, because it's like, it's close to my skin. And it really does just kind of feels like a spa thing. Like obviously like don't stick it on your skin or anything, but like I'm just like relaxed. I'm just having a nice time, you know? See like right here, I'm kind of pushing it up and it's touching my skin. It doesn't hurt, you know? It's just a nice, gentle, you know, whatever. I do feel like the other side curls better. Why is that? Am I doing something dumb? Maybe I'll watch this back and see what I did. I feel like something different is happening here. All the way from the bottom to the top. Now I'm going like so slow and I'm just like really taking my time with this. I have done this way faster, you know, and it always makes a difference regardless. So you don't have to take this much time. I'm just like chilling. I'm just chilling today, you know? So yeah, you can take your time or you can just do it real fast. And like I said, it made a huge difference because now my lashes just literally aren't straight anymore, which is so bizarre. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Whoop! Got a little close to my eye there. Thank God for instincts. Shut my eye. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, I have a question for anyone in the chat. Take your time answering this. No need to answer right away, but basically, are my eyes, I feel like sometimes they just don't look like your traditional blue. They look almost gray to me sometimes. What would you say? What's your vibe? You let me know. You let me know. Because sometimes when I'm like picking a character in a video game, we'll see if my audience is like video game people. But when I'm picking like a character in a video game, I will, oh, by the way, it auto shuts off after some time. So I just had to turn it back on, which is really good that it does that though for safety. But I sometimes will pick characters with like more like gray eyes because their blue options just aren't quite right. You know, not that they have to look like me, but like, you know, if I'm choosing to do that. There we go. Should really leave these a little longer. There we go. There we go. It's a good curl. There we go. That's a little better, I think. Just a little more matched to the other one. I'm just going in on the other side again real quick. It's hardest to get these ones near the end of your eye. Did you know, this is like such a random funny little thing that I think is so fun. This area of your eye, that's your tear duct right there, that's called a lacrimal. Isn't that funny? Now you know. Now you know. Okay, I'm gonna do just a tiny bit over here. And then, yeah, you can see I'm just like taking my time. I'm in no rush. So it's like, you could do this a lot faster. I'm just like enjoying pampering myself right now, you know? And then after this, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to brainstorm with ChatGPT about my future and my goals and what's the best way to accomplish those things. Have you guys ever used ChatGPT for that? Because I highly recommend. Just, you know, as with anything, use your critical thinking brain, because AI is not perfect. So, you know, if it gives you a source, for instance, always double check the source. Because, yeah, one time I had them, for work, I had them create like a blog post. And then I was supposed to go in and check the sources, because obviously you should always check them. And it's a good thing that I did, of course, because the sources were, they didn't exist. Like, yeah, some of them did, but most of them did not. They were made up entirely. So it just shows you, you know, just one of those things. You just gotta, with AI, as with anything, it's like you gotta know how to interpret the data, is what I think. You know, it's not as simple as just like plugging something in and then using the output. You have to know if the output is worth something, you know, as it is, or if you need to like edit it, add something, you know, which I think some people don't think about. They'll be like, you know, let's just publish this right now. And they like don't look it over, and it's like, you should really not use it as a stopping place right now, the way it is right now, in my opinion. Okay, now I'm just gonna get my bottom lashes just a tiny bit right here. Sorry, I'm like far away. Here you go. Oh, nice and relaxing. See what I mean? It's just like, it's like just such a vibe. It's like, let's just like chill and like do our lashes. Get those curled for you. See, like I'm like speaking in like a meditation voice. I'm just so relaxed, you know? I'm just like la la la. Yeah, which is so nice on a Friday. It has just been a long week. There we go. Yeah. Me and my sister, we got the remake of, what is it? The Paper Mario Legend of the Thousand-Year Door. We used to play a lot of like, you know, simple video games like Animal Crossing, Mario. I say simple, you know, that type of video game. We would play a lot of those when we were little. So we sometimes will play them now, and we just got that remake, and we've been like addicted to that game. It's so fun. Yeah, so we're really excited to play it. I think the day after I kept like being like, let's not be done. Let's keep playing. Let's play one more chapter. And it's like, I had to go to bed. I have to go to bed so early, you guys, because I swear I need like 10 hours of sleep a night. And it's really inconvenient because, you know, I could be using that time on anything else other than sleep, you know? But yeah, in order to be like functioning at my best, I do seem to need like 10 hours of sleep. It's really inconvenient. Like, I really wish that wasn't the case. Maybe one day I'll get better. I mean, I don't always get 10 hours of sleep a night. In fact, I rarely do. But like, it's like, I do know that that's kind of like where my body like needs. I need like that much, you know? And I just usually don't get that, for better or worse, you know? Okay, let's see. Oh, I also added, if you're on Market, I also added this cute little necklace from Celeste Soul. I love them. This is my Gemini necklace. Do you feel like your zodiac sign suits you? I was talking about astrology the other day with a friend of mine, and astrology can go so deep. Like, so if you think like, oh, I'm a Gemini doesn't suit me, chances are, if you looked at your entire chart, this is how I feel, it would suit you if you look at it. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's not always the case, but that's like how it feels to me. It's so funny because, yeah, there's so much in it. Like, because there's, yeah, if you don't know astrology, there's like so much. There's like not just your star sign or your sun sign. There's also 12 different houses, and depending on where the planets are, that means different things about your life and your personality. Like, it's wild. So there's always like something else you can do with oh, sorry, I thought someone was outside my door. there's always more to interpret, I feel like, with astrology, and I only know like the basics of it, but it's so fascinating. I don't know. I find astrology very, very fun personally. But yeah. And I remember I went through like an entire phase where I was trying to like break it down and like understand every little thing about it. And I swear I only like skimmed the surface. Astrology is like, yeah, there's so much to it. Like it's like an art form all itself. I swear. Yeah. I'm nowhere near that level. One of my friends seems to like understand it really good. And I've been meaning to like pick her brain and be like, hey, can you tell me what it means if you have, I don't know what it would be, if you have Mars, because they also have like the angles. I don't know if any of y'all have seen that, but like how, depending on how the planets like are in relation to each other, those angles can mean that like they're opposed to each other. They're like, they have like opposition there, or like it can be positive. There's so much to it. Like, I don't even understand, but I have a lot of those. I think they're called aspects. I have a lot of those aspects in my chart, which I think makes me very complicated, which is true. I am not a straightforward individual, though I wish I was. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I really like astrology. Okay, do I want to do my nails? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Yeah, I think I'll just like do a little nail care here. I'm just gonna like go in and kind of, my nails are, I have like a really bad habit of like pulling at my nails, and my sister was telling me off for that the other day. She was like, you should not do that. That's not good for your nails. So I'm gonna try and take better care of them starting now. So I got my little nail kit. But yeah, astrology is really fascinating. Well, that's the other thing too, is that people will be like, okay, so because people use astrology all the time to decide if they are compatible, right? So they'll use their sun sign, aka the one everyone knows. So like for me it would be Gemini, and they'll be like, okay, is Gemini compatible with your sign, right? But I think that it goes far beyond that, because there's also everybody has a Venus sign, and Venus is of course the planet of love and I think beauty and some other stuff. Also, I'm no astrology expert. This is just me hanging with you guys. So like, do not take my word as gospel. I'm just hanging. But yeah, there's also your Venus sign. So it's like, if you only take your sun sign and like see how that's related to your sun sign, that's only one part of the puzzle to me. I don't think that's even going to necessarily be accurate. Like, you might think that you are compatible because you're Gemini, and I don't know, I think maybe they're compatible with Sagittarius. I don't know. Don't quote me. But you might think, okay, so we're compatible because our sun signs are compatible. But then if you were to go in and look at your Venus signs, maybe you're not. I don't know. I wonder about that sometimes. But yeah. There's just so much. And there's like I think your Jupiter sign has something to do with luck even, which I know somebody who I think is like so insanely lucky, and it does make sense in her birth chart. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, But yeah, I have like a ton of aspects, and I have a ton of aspects between the moon and the sun, which I think also makes me complicated, because like they don't get along. Whereas because that's one of the main parts of astrology, is my understanding, is like I think people usually will break it down like, if you know only like three things, you're going to know your sun sign, you're going to know your moon sign, and you're going to know your rising sign. So your moon sign, with my limited understanding, is like your emotional side, and I think sometimes like your instinctive side. It's something like that. And then your rising sign is, I can never understand rising sign. I think it's like how you appear or something like that. I don't know. I should ask my friend. I've never understood rising sign as much as I would like to. But so for those very, important pieces of you, right? my sun and my moon sign, they have a lot of aspects between them, which means that they are at like certain angles to each other, the sun and the moon in the sky when I was born, you know? So I think it makes me quite complicated because a lot of them are not in harmony. So it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like my core self and then my emotional self are like at odds or something like that. I don't know. It's so fascinating though. I should learn more about it. You know, I have a notebook that I've been meaning to fill up and just like take a bazillion notes and figure out every single little part of my birth chart. Because if you really break it down, there's so much. It could go on for like if you were breaking down a single person's birth chart, I feel like you could go on and on for like pages and pages and pages. Like I feel like low key you could write a novel, like just breaking down one person's birth chart, you know? So anyway, I think astrology is fascinating, I guess is all I'm trying to say. It's very interesting, whether you believe in it or not. But I think most people I've talked to personally find it fun. And yeah, and I think most of them will say like, you know, I don't know why it seems accurate, but it seems accurate, you know? So that's interesting. But I remember at one point I thought that my astrology chart didn't make any sense for me. But nowadays I feel like it does make more sense. So I don't know why that would be, but I have felt that way. Okay. I'm just like chopping off some of these little stray edges of my nails here. Eeh. And then maybe I'll do a little nail filing. Just take it easy. And if you want my necklace, this is the Gemini necklace from Celeste Sol. I'm not saying that right. I apologize. She's awesome though. I really like her stuff. And I was really happy when I finally got to support her because it was on sale. I got really lucky and I snatched it. I was like, that's for me. At least I think it was on sale. I don't know. I think there was something like that. But yeah, I, for some reason, was able to get it. And I was like, thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah. Tell me this. Do you guys think it's creepy to creep on someone's astrology chart? Like, you know how people will like cyber stalk each other? Like when they, especially if they like have crushes and stuff. Not that I know anything about that, but they'll like do that. Do you think it's creepy to like, especially in that sort of situation, look up their astrology chart if you happen to know the information and see if you guys are like compatible or something like that? Let me know. Because I feel like definitely that could be, I think that's it could be weird, you know? But yeah. I remember I had a friend who we constantly were like looking into that stuff together. It was really fun. So we like really went into detail about each other's charts and learned everything about like, because it's just fascinating. I don't know. It's just really interesting. Yeah. I mean, supposedly you can even break it down and find out if you like know how to do it. Supposedly you can break down and find out like at what points in your life certain changes are going to happen. That's my understanding anyway. Like you could figure out like, oh, maybe you'll move around this time, like theoretically, and stuff like that. And my brain thinks that's so fun. I'm like, wouldn't that be so cool? Like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's very cool. I like it a lot. But anyway. But I don't, you know, despite how much I'm into astrology, I actually don't know a ton about it. Which is why I should talk to my friend and see what she has to say. Because all I really know is like, I had a friend one time who she told me, because my friend's mom was really into astrology to the point that like she had a book about it and like would like talk about it. Nothing wrong with having a book about it, but like a, you know, and she told my friend, she told her like point blank, she was like, Geminis are evil. Like, do not trust a Gemini is what she said. And I was like, bro, I'm a Gemini. It was so funny. Anyway, but yeah, her mom was basically convinced based on her own experiences with the Geminis that they are all evil. And I do mean that. Like she like worded it like that, which I was like, this is hilarious, first of all. But yeah, so, you know, hey, I mean, a lot of uses for astrology. But yeah, she liked me okay, though, from what I know. That was like an old school friend, but anyway. We go. See, I'm just like kind of messing with my nails. You can see they're really short because I pluck at them all the time. It's like an issue. I have to get over it. But just doing a little bit of that. Now I'm going to go in on this one because it's just a little, this is such an awkward angle to show. It's just a little something, something. I feel like whenever I get on these streams, I always start thinking about like ghost stories and stuff like that. I think, I don't know, that's because on one of my other things, whenever I live stream, I kind of talk about stuff like that. So it's like, that's what's in my brain. And yeah, I think I mentioned before that I think that I don't actually think this, but like, it is weird how the sound travels in my house. Basically, I don't have any upstairs neighbors, no downstairs neighbors. They're all to the sides of me. And for some reason, there will be footsteps that will sound like they are on my roof. And that happens all the time. That's just how footsteps sound, it seems like, from my neighbors. They just sound like they're on the roof. But it's very creepy because I'll notice it, of course, when I'm laying down to go to sleep. And it's all dark, and then I just hear these loud footsteps on the roof, and it just is like, who's haunting me up there, you know? But yeah, I thought about making like see, this shows you, like, I just have all these like silly little dreams that, you know, maybe one day I'll do it. I thought about making like some horror shorts on TikTok or something, because I love horror. And maybe playing with that, you know, just like, I don't know. And my house is kind of like old and a little creepy, you know. I guess you can't quite tell from what you're seeing. It's just like beige walls, but, you know, anyway, it's not like a new build, I guess is what I'm saying. But it could be a fun set for that. So I don't know. I thought about doing something with that. But then what kind of like, I don't know. I've never made anything like that. That would be an interesting experiment. I would love to do that. I'd love to try that out. But we shall see. Thank goodness my little boy settled down. Oh my gosh, I'm covering him with my nail shavings. Let me just brush that off, honey. There we go. You keep resting. You can see it because it's really light on his dark hair or fur. I will do this over here for now. But yeah. Yeah, I it's so funny. Yeah, it just sounds creepy. I think I mentioned this also. There's like a BuzzFeed Unsolved, which if you don't know that, that's they're just like it's like a ghost hunting show. It actually ended a while ago, but there was an episode where they were staying in a hotel in New Orleans, and there were footsteps on their roof, which of course, you know, they were in a hotel, there were rooms above and, you know, below them and etc. So of course the skeptic of them, Shane, he was like, well, someone was walking around in their room, obviously. And then Ryan, of course, was like, no, and goes and like investigates, and like, you know, the neighbors are like, oh, it wasn't me, you know. And so then he went and found out, I guess, that there was like a legend of like an old soldier who would like pace around up there like a ghost. And so he was like, that's what we saw, you know, or what we heard rather. But anyway, so I think that's what goes in my brain each time, right? I'm just like thinking of I'm just like imagining ghosts from that, you know. And I watch a lot of horror content, so it's like, yeah, that's what goes in my brain. It's very funny. Actually, something really funny is so there was an earthquake not long after Rona started, just like everyone was fine, everyone was safe, you know, around me and to my knowledge in general. But where I lived, there was like a small earthquake, and I was asleep at the time because I was on a wacky schedule. Okay, so because it was like, I don't know, maybe noon or something. It was like, but I was still asleep, and I of course had been filling my brain with like, you know, haunted horror stuff like that, you know, previous. And so all I could imagine is I wake up and the bed is like shaking and I'm like half asleep, you know, I'm like almost entirely asleep. And all I could think of was like, there's ghosts shaking my bed. But like not seriously. I don't really, I don't know what I believe in. I don't know. Who knows? But you know, so I didn't literally think that, like I wasn't freaking out or anything, but like all I could picture in my head was like some horror scene where like there's like their bed is shaking because it's like ghosts that are just like, bah! You know, or like a DEMON, you know, or like what have you. So like that's all that my brain, that's the only way my brain could make sense of my bed shaking. My brain did not think, oh, it's an earthquake. My brain thought, oh, it's ghosts. Obviously. But yeah, that was a little silly. But yeah, like luckily everything was okay, and it passed so fast. I think I even actually just like went back to sleep. Like I totally didn't even, you know, think anything of it. I just was like, okay. Which shows you I wasn't like seriously thinking there are ghosts here. I just like had no idea what had happened, and that's the first thing my brain came up with. But it's funny. Anyway, that was a weird time, Rona. I'm sure you agree. But yeah, that was a pretty funny thing. So it just shows you my brain. I fill myself with like lots of horror stuff. It's very fun. And I enjoy a good spook, you know. And I really enjoyed Megan. That was a fun show when that came out. I enjoyed that. What I didn't enjoy, and I'm sure many of you will agree with me. Well, maybe you won't. I don't know. This is nerdy talk with Megan, okay? But what I didn't enjoy was the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now, I have lots of opinions on that. And I think I understand why they made the choices they did. But I still think they were wrong to do so, in my opinion. Because Five Nights at Freddy's, while it is horror, like the original game and stuff, it's a horror game, you know, it's and it's filled with lore about, you know, that's dark, you know, so it's not meant for children per se, but for some reason it does have a very large child audience. And I think it's because of Let's Players on YouTube, you know, like Markiplier and stuff like that. A lot of kids watch those. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so Five Nights at Freddy's has a huge child audience for some reason. And I think that with the movie, they were trying to appeal to that audience, which makes sense because it is a huge audience of theirs. Yeah, I understand. However, from like as a creator, as a writer, as a, you know, self-proclaimed artist, I don't like that because I feel like it's selling out the story. I feel like, you know, the story really isn't meant for kids, and so you shouldn't pander to them if you're trying to stay true to the story. That's my opinion. So I don't like it from a creator's perspective, even though I understand it from a money perspective. I feel like it's sacrilege to the story a little bit. And I also think there was no reason, I feel this way a lot with like adaptation choices where they change the story. There was no reason to make the changes that they did. Like why did they should have just given the main characters different names. They should have just made them different people, like made this an entirely different thing. But instead they made it confusing by giving them the same names as characters from the video games, but the universe is different. The lore is different. They don't match up. So it's just more confusing. And I think that's stupid. They should have just made him somebody else. It's just, yeah, I have so many opinions about that. I did not like that movie. And also it was not even looking, okay, even if we're, okay, like we're like, okay, it's a spooky show for kids. Great. I guess that's fine. There's no jump scares. There's nothing that scary. That's fine. Hi, Lexi. Nice to see you. Hi, Maddie. Nice to see you. I'm not going to be on here much longer, so no pressure. I'm talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. Lexi. Hi, Lizard. Happy Friday. Have any of you seen Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm rambling about it right now. The movie specifically. Because I am very familiar with the games. Yeah, right, Lexi? Yeah. The movie, in my opinion, was not true to the games, and the games are the original. They're so iconic for the jump scares. Maybe you know that, Lexi. Yeah, you've never seen the movie. Frankly, you're not missing out on much, in my opinion. You're not missing out. It was not scary at all because I think they aimed it for children. But more than that, they didn't. The thing that makes it so iconic is like those amazing jump scares they had. Like that's what Five Nights at Freddy's was. Is it was a very simple indie game with these incredible jump scares. That movie had no jump scares. Like it just was not true to the spirit of it. It made me so mad. But yeah, Lexi, you don't need to watch it. Trust me. It's yeah. I mean, yeah. I knew I was gonna watch it when I saw that it was coming out because you know I like Five Nights at Freddy's a lot. But yeah, the games were scary. I know, and it's so impressive. Let this be inspiration to you guys because that game, it's my understanding it began as like a very indie project, like very like just, you know, just some guy kind of a vibe. I'm sure he had a team, but you know, and now it's this huge franchise and it's so, I'm sure he's making so much money from it, but like, let that inspire you. Like, yeah. Because the original game, I don't know if y'all know, it's very basic. It's like the jump scares were just literal still images. Like they were not animated or anything. They were just still images. And in my opinion, those were the scariest ones. They were the best ones. No animation there. So I'm just saying, let that inspire you. You can do anything. You can even make a game. You haven't seen it either, Maddie? Yeah. I hated it. No, Maddie, it's not good. It's terrible. It was terrible both for fans of Five Nights at Freddy's and for people who are fans of horror games or horror shows. It's not horror. It's not at all. Which I don't know if they tried to market it that way, but it should be. But making a game would be so cool. That's another dream I have, Lizard. That's a big dream of mine. I want to make a game. I want to write a book. I want to draw. I want to do all kinds of things. We'll see if one day I do that, but you know, maybe one day I'll make a horror game and then I'll make a movie about it. That's better than the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Yeah. I think the reason they made it the way they did, oh, thanks, Lexi. I think the reason they made it the way they did, guys, is they were aiming towards the kids' audience, even though originally Five Nights at Freddy's was not meant for children, you know, but it is a huge part of their fan base. So I think they were aiming it at children, but I think that's the only audience it appeals to, frankly, in my opinion. I don't do horror, but I would play your game and watch your movie. Aww. Oh, and you would read my books, Lexi. That's so sweet. Yeah. No pressure, Lizard. Yeah. You don't have to do horror. No pressure at all. And usually my level, well, and you would not, no pressure to do the games at all, but usually my level of horror is not like gore horror, if that makes a difference for you. I hate just like, you know, like slasher is not my vibe. If you know about slasher types, like Friday the 13th, that's not my vibe. I like the more subtle build, kind of spooky, if that makes any sense. But yeah, if I ever write a book or, you know, make a game, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, I was saying that earlier, guys. I have like a lot of dreams that I've been like thinking about, and I'm like, how am I gonna make sure I get these things done? You know, like, I don't know. I've been going through a bit of a crisis thinking about all my, you know, dreams and stuff. Where would The Village rank for you then? That's like the limit of what I can do. Lizard, I actually haven't seen The Village. But from what I've seen of the commercials for The Village, I actually do think that's more my style. I think. But you know, hey, Lizard, literally no pressure. You play my game or you don't play my game. If it exists. But you know what? I would make sure to have, with any horror thing I create, I would make sure to have like a parent's guide, you know, and like a trigger warning guide just in case. So you could always like read through that and just like, you know, movie night. Yes. Oh, watch The Village. That sounds fun, actually. Oh, I've heard The Village is like a classic, so maybe I really do need to watch it, but I haven't yet. But well, it's been fun hanging with you guys. I know y'all just jumped on, but I actually have to go, so I'm gonna dip. But thanks for hanging. I hope you guys have a good one.